This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium out and about. This Infinium out and about is entitled Check the Locks on Your Doors. Now my MGTOW brothers, I'm out in a park that is another one of my hangout spots. This park is actually over in another city, but it's close to where I live, even still. But my brothers, I want to just record a PSA to you all that in the times that we're in, remember to check the locks on your doors. This is because, my brothers, we are in a time which is changing rapidly and is also very dangerous to us. And with that being said, I would like to just go over a few points with you. Now, this situation in Ukraine is, of course, bringing forth many points that are with womanist points of hypocrisy. And one of the points is where women will not go out and fight for this country, even though they have signed up for the armed services, that type of thing. For instance, I was watching some of Darius Sims' content, and he had a pixie on there where she is in the army, I believe, from the type of uniform that I see her in. And he showed a segment where she was twerking and doing all this stuff in her uniform and everything. And then he showed another segment where she was crying and kind of complaining about the situation in Ukraine, and this isn't what she signed up for, that type of thing. She was scared. She was crying and everything. And one of the things that you have to understand, when you sign up for the service, you sign up for everything that they got you for. So that's what this pixie needs to understand. But I want to discuss with you, my brothers, one other thing I was thinking about. When these women get scared and they want to get out of the service, they are going to use the point of some type of debilitation, some type of medical issue to get pushed out of the service. So I believe what's going to happen here is that if this thing with Ukraine gets more intense, or even if it doesn't die down, it may still cause this to happen. But what's going to happen is that these women are going to find any and every way to say that they have some kind of medical issue, some kind of mental issue, some kind of issue where they can no longer stay in the military. And so they're going to get out because of that. They're going to get out and get out of the service. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, brothers, but when they get out and they get the discharge and it's honorable, they still get, I believe, some kind of veterans pay, and they also get, I know that they get the services of the VA hospital, all of that, so they get that as because they're veterans, but they're veterans that they have been discharged honorably, but because of a medical reason. So what I'm trying to say, my brothers, is that these women are going to do these things rather than to quote unquote step up to the plate. They're going to try to get out of the military. And in fact, I was thinking about this morning. There is a woman that I know that last year she did this. She got into the military, and then for whatever reason, she now is on medical disability or something like that, and they had to discharge her honorably. So she's out. So she had a couple of years in the military, and now she's out. She's free and everything, and she is out because of a quote-unquote medical disability. And so, my brothers, again, I believe that this is going to happen. I believe that this thing in Ukraine is going to get a lot of these women thinking that, like this woman on Darius Sims' content, that I didn't sign up for this, I don't want this, I gotta get out of this. And so they're gonna find some way to get out of it. And the easiest way is a medical disability. And with the military, the way these women go in, they go in on a PPAS, and it seems to me that they can also get out on a PPAS. That's point number one. The next point I want to discuss is that there is a lot of pressure for we men, I should say, to do our duty. So, for instance, there is a banking commercial. It's the bank starts with a C. I'm not going to name it because I'll probably get my channel struck and everything. But this commercial starts with a guy that he has bad credit, and he suddenly gets this credit card from this bank. His credit starts to go up. He then meets a woman, and his credit starts to go up again. He gets married to the woman. His credit starts to go up again. They have a baby, and their credit goes up again. And the last scene in the commercial is he is standing with the baby with a huge stack of diapers, Pampers, or whatever in the background. And so he's saying, whoa. And every time his credit goes up, he says, whoa, or she says, whoa. And the point of this commercial is that we men are to do our duty. And we men are to do our duty in terms of getting married and procreating. That's because, again, the birth rates, the things that are going on with the feminist plantation state, again, the MGTOW philosophy is having a devastating effect. It is having a devastating effect even before the COF, even before the Ukraine situation, well before all these situations had occurred. So there is added pressure now, both because of the proof and the Ukraine situation, for we men to do our duty. My brothers, moving on to the next point, I have a Instagram account, and occasionally I check this account to see what womanists are doing, to see those who have red pill content out there are doing, that type of thing. I really don't use it in terms of putting content out there. I just check on it occasionally. Now, when I checked yesterday, it was like a swirl storm. And what I mean by that, it was picture after picture of couples swirling. So it was black on white, white on black, that type of thing. And it was even Asian on black, I saw it, but it was picture after picture of swirling. And again, I have noticed that there is an intense push for men to swirl. So basically, as a black man, if I don't want to do it, get with it with a woman or black woman, there is the option that the feminist plantation state offers me of swirling with a woman of another race. But again, this was going on. I was looking at this thing and I was kind of amazed that this was happening. It was picture after picture of couples swirling, couples swirling and having babies. So again, Instagram is owned by Meta or Facebook or whatever, and of course there is going to be a push for men to swirl if they cannot get a woman of their race. There's going to be a push. You always have that option to do your duty no matter what by swirling. And in fact, my brothers, It is you will do your duty no matter what. No matter if you cannot find a woman of your race, you are going to do your duty somehow in some way. And so that's point number 3. But point number 4, from time to time I have hyper reality dreams, and some of these dreams are prophetic because, like, for instance, I had a hyper reality dream about the current car that I'm driving. I had it about maybe 4 or 5 months before I actually got the car, but I've had hyper reality dreams of me getting money, sometimes getting money, or sometimes doing things in the future, near future. And some of those dreams have come true, some of those dreams have not come true. But I had a hyper reality dream about a month or so back, and I actually posted the details of this dream out on RPM's site one day. But I would like to go over the details of this dream because I think it's relevant to what I'm trying to point out. But the dream went like this. I had a piece of property with 2 houses on it, and there was a main house and there was a smaller, like a guest house. And the guest house I was using for a business or something. I was using it as business property, and the main house I was using it, of course, to live in and to do what I need to do. And one day I was chilling in the main house, and I don't know what I was doing. I was watching TV or something. Heard a knock on the door, and opened up the door, and there was a white woman there. And for whatever reason, I knew this woman because of a prior job or something. Something had occurred in the past, but I was familiar with her, and she was kind of familiar with me. And she began to tell me this sob story of how she was having a hard time, how she was having a difficult time, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And she was aware that I had this property, aware that I had these 2 homes, and could she please stay in the guest house until she got herself together? And I was like, no, I can't do that. And she began to sob and cry and beg and everything, and it was, again, I can't do that. And she keeps on, and it got to the place, I'm like, no. And it was more like, if you don't get off my property right now, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to have them haul you away. And she kept on, and I just got mad, and I slammed the door in her face, and she was still out there, but I slammed the door in her face, and I woke up at that point. And I don't know if this is going to come true in the future. I hope it does. I would like to have a piece of property like that, but nevertheless, my point is, my brothers, again, remember to check the locks on your doors. And I mean by that, the mental locks on the doors to your mind as well as the physical locks. Because these women are going to, given the circumstances that we're in, they're going to come after you. They're going to come after you whether you are white and she's black, whether she's black and you're white, whether you're black and she's white, whether you're black and she's Asian, they're going to come after you. And I believe because there is increased pressure for them to come after you. Because the main effort is we men must do our duty. That's what the feminist plantation state wants us to do. It is not about us being free. It is about us doing our duty no matter what. And so that is anywhere from marrying a single mother or marrying and procreating to going out and fighting for this country for a unworthy cause and dying for it. for dying for the feminist plantation state. My brothers, it is not about you doing your duty. It is about you putting yourself first in every way and any way possible. It's about you having the lifestyle that you need to have, that you want to have, about you having your well-being put first instead of a woman that doesn't care about you. It is about those types of things. And so that's what I'm saying, my brothers. My brothers, when this happens, I believe it is going to happen in some way, form, or another. And it is happening, I should say. Um, these women who come to you, who are begging and asking you to help them, they do not care about you. They care about what they can get out of you, what they can take from you. That's what I'm talking about, my brothers. And my brothers, look at it this way. Take some money out of your wallet, or look at the credit cards or debit cards in your wallet. Just look at your wallet in general. And look at what it took to get you to the place that you are right now. And some of you are coming out of great trials. Some of you have battled great situations, great mountains, I should say. And so why should you put down that struggle? Why should you look at that struggle and say it is not worth anything, and my worthiness comes from being with a woman? Why should you do that, my brothers? That's what I'm saying. And so again, think about all of the trials and tribulations. Think about the work that you did to bring you to the place of being a MGTOW. And my brothers, again, it's not a simple matter of we MGTOWs being evil people, evil men, or anything like that. It is the matter of realizing that the MGTOW philosophy is more than what we could ever dream that it could be. It is more so because it's not something about being stingy. It is not something about being evil or being someone who wants the society to be destroyed or anything like that, or just being a homosexual like one simp said in some of my content a few weeks back. It is about the realization of your freedom and how profound that freedom is to you. That's what it's about. And so that's what I'm saying to you, my brothers. Realize that it took you a lot to become a MGTOW. And with MGTOW men, it is a everyday thing of criticism, of slandering, of every type of put down, of every type of realization by the feminist plantation state that we are worthless except for our resources, except for our physical bodies, what we can do for women, that type of thing. And my brothers, that's not what it's about. It's about, again, realizing that you as a man have worth beyond what any overlord of the feminist plantation can say about you, what any simp, what anybody who says that you are not. You are beyond those things. And so that's what I'm getting at, my brothers. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, to remember to check the locks on your doors, both mentally as well as physically. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium out and about. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, And remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.